Alright ladies, so as you can see, I have my nails already pre-prepped. I have them filed, buffed, my cuticles pushed back with dehydrator primer and a base coat. In this jar, I just have my alcohol, and I'm using a Model 1's number 3 polygel brush that I purchased off of Amazon. I have my nails already pre-etched and sized out on my stands. And the polygel I'm going to be using are going to be a blue glitter and a blue jelly polygel. So I'm going to take a base coat now, and I'm going to use that to go inside of each one of the nails, because I'm going to start out by putting my glitter stars down. So I'm going to do the blue stars first, and I'm just going to use a dotting tool to pick those up, and I'm just going to place them randomly inside each one of the nail wells. I got these blue stars from Amazon. It came in a kit, multiple colors as you guys can see, and I think I'm going to pick up some white to go along with the blue ones inside, or like an opaque color. I'm not doing a select number of stars. I'm just kind of randomly placing them where I feel like they fit best. And I'm going to do a slight cure on these guys just to make sure that the stars don't move. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the blue glitter polygel, and I'm going to place that down at the tip because I want it to ombre back into that jelly blue towards my nail bed. I dip my brush in alcohol, and I'm just going to pat that polygel into place, kind of raking it down towards the cuticle area, but not all the way down. Making sure to do an even blend, taking any excess off at the tips. No disrespect, but in-laws. So now that I have that, I'm going to take this kind of jelly blue color, and I'm going to place that down towards the cuticle area. And it's more like a violet blue, but when you put it on, it actually takes on like more of a blue hue. And I take that from the cuticle area, and I blend that back towards the blue glitter polygel, making sure to thin it out of the cuticle so it's not too thick. And these are the brushes, by the way. I told you I'm using a number 3, but they came in, I think, a set of 8. So I'm going to take the first thumbnail, and I'm going to flip that over and place it down on my nail at a 45-degree angle, making sure that I don't have any air bubbles under that. Turn the other side and kind of clean it up a little bit using the same polygel brush. The polygel acts as like a vacuum, so I'm going to hold it in place and then use my flash lamp to cure it for about 5 to 10 seconds before moving on to the next nail. Once I have all the nails on, I will place it inside my big UV lamp and do a full 60-second cure. So I'm going to place that second nail on, hold it into place, then clean the underside as well, taking the excess off at the tip. And I'm just using a 70% isopropylene alcohol to as my slip solution for the polygel. So let's move on to the next nails. We're going to do the same thing. I've already got my base coat in it, so I'm going to place my stars. And I'm kind of just placing these down randomly. When I use my picker, I got quite a few stars, so I kind of just moved them from nail to nail, just till I got the coverage that I desire. And I'm using blue and white stars. I'm telling you, this Femi Beauty Lazy Girl method is like the bomb, and it's probably been the easiest that I have done for polygels. I'm going to take this flash lamp, and I'm going to cure the nails for a few seconds just to make sure those stars don't move. Then I'm going to take that same blue glitter polygel and place a little bit into each one of the tips. As you can see, I got a little impatient, and I started doing all 3 of the nails at one time, just placing a small dollop and blending that out. Try not to make the layer too thick because I don't want to have to do a lot of filing on the underside. And these stands from my previous videos, you know, I ordered those from Amazon. It came in a 2-pack, the pink and the silver, and then it also came with the little sticky tack. So now I'm going to take that jelly blue polygel back at the cuticle, kind of like I did with the other ones, and I'm going to blend that down into the glitter, making sure not to make the layers too thick. And I'm repeating the same process on all of the nails. Once you get used to it, you'll kind of know the right thickness that you have to have so that you can get a good suction, as well as you don't have to foul them too much on the underside. And I make sure you want to clean the underside just to make sure it's nice and smooth and not all lumpy and bumpy. And then you can take the excess off right at the tip. It's a little weird having to hold it and put the polygel on. And I use my small LED flashlight to cure it for a few seconds. It does tend to get a little sticky when picking it up, because sometimes I will stick my finger inside of the actual nail shell and get polygel on my tips, but I guess that's a part of the process. That's why I use alcohol, because I have a ton of it, so I can use that to clean the sticky layers off. So I'm going to use my light to do a quick flash cure. And this is just a quick flash cure just to get the nail to stay in place while I move along to the next nail. Once all of them are on, I'm going to place them inside my big UV light for 60 seconds. And as you see right here, I messed up a little bit by having an air bubble. So I took that nail off, and I'm just going to rework the polygel back into place again. You don't have to throw the whole nail away. And I clean up the excess polygel on my pinky. And then we're going to try again with making that joker stick. Going to clean up around the cuticles as well as on the underside while I'm holding it into place. Once I'm satisfied with the way that looks, I am going to use my mini flashlight to flash cure it. Once I'm satisfied with all of them, I'm going to take that hand and place it inside my giant UV light. As you guys can see, I have bedazzled her, and then we're going to go ahead and do the second hand off camera. So now that I have them done, I'm going to take my Bed City nail drill, and I'm going to drill around the cuticles. I am using a fine cone panna drill bit. It is very sharp, you guys, so be very, very careful. I'm probably going to be ordering the safety bit for this guy, because sometimes it does get away from you. Even though I have my nail drill on the lowest speed, you have to be really, really careful so you don't nick yourself. And then I'm going to clean the underside of the nails. Even though I smooth them out, I still have that little ridge sometimes where my natural nail ends and the polygel and jelly tip begins. So I just file on the other side and around the cuticles. Try not to nick myself. And I'm going to go and do the opposite hand now. And I'm using my non-dominant hand to do this one. So I want to make sure I pay really good attention to this one. And I just maneuver my hand in any funky way that I can to get the angle correct. You'll figure out what works best for you as you're doing it. You want to make sure you clean the underside again as well so that you don't have that lip. Make sure you get under it. Sometimes it's a little hard, especially for your pinky because it's such a small nail. But you'll get the gist of it once you figure it out. Just got to keep practicing and keep practicing and get better and better. I think once I finish up filing this pinky nail, I don't do the rest of them on camera. Once I come back, I have them all filed and cleaned up. And I will go right into decorating. So now that I have them all filed and buffed and cleaned up, I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol that I have in a spray bottle and put it on my brush. And I'm going to use that to clean up all the dust off of the nails. I've already used a dry dusting brush, but I always like to go in with this one to get some of the dust off that you can't see. I'm going to roll up my paper towel. And for this design, I'm going to be using rhinestones that I got from Amazon. They're just colored stones. They come in different sizes. My rhinestone jelly, which you guys have seen me use before. And I'm going to be doing some silver butterfly stickers or water decals that I got from Amazon. So I find the pattern that I like, and you want to cut that out. I'm going to place a little bit of water inside of a dish first. And this is just a tray that I had. It's like a little mixing tray. But I find the sticker that I want, and I cut that out. You want to make sure that you take the clear film off the top before placing it in the water, because if you don't, you won't be able to grab the butterfly. So as you see, I'm taking that clear film off the top. I'm just going to place it directly in the water. It doesn't matter if you place it face up or face down, and they only have to sit for a few minutes. So what I like to do to prep, I go ahead and take my rhinestone jelly and place that on the nail where I will be placing stones. This is not where I'm actually going to place the butterfly, but just where I am placing stones at. Now I think my stickers are about done, I'm going to use my tweezers, and the sticker should peel right off the paper back. And I'm going to place that onto my finger. And make sure to smooth it out so it doesn't have any creases in it. And then I place a clear top coat over it. I put the butterfly towards the tip of the nail, and then I did stones back around the cuticle area, which is why I put the stone jelly towards the cuticle. And these are just small blue stones that match the design that I am using. I want to say the kit was like $12.99, and it came with like 3 different size stones in it. It came with some striping tape. Once I have the stones on around my cuticle, I put a little bit of a top coat just to kind of seal them in place. And I flash cure them so they're not sliding around. So I'm going to do the same thing around this one. I'm going to put the stone jelly right at the cuticle, because that's where I'm going to be putting the stones at. And then I'm going to pick up the butterfly with my tweezers and place that towards the tip. Move that dish out the way so you can kind of see a little bit better. But you place the sticker on, and then you just kind of pat it into place. Once I have it patted into place, I am going to put a little bit of top coat up there. And then I'm going to grab my stones and place them around the cuticle area. And I kind of just eyeball where I want the stones at. I don't really count how many I put around the cuticle. I just kind of do it until I'm satisfied with the way it looks. Then I'm going to put a little bit more top coat to go right at the edge of the stones. And I'm going to use my flashlight to cure those into place for a quick second before moving on to the next finger. And I think I put the rhinestone jelly all over this nail, even though I did not put stones all the way up there. But it just kind of acts as a nail strengthener if you don't use the stones all the way down. So I don't mind placing it all over the nail. And I think I'm throwing some pink stones in there just because, hey, why not? Might as well throw some in there, right? So I guess this is going to be a blue and pink and silver set. Then I'm taking this top coat. I believe this is just a Beatles top coat that I got out of one of the kits I ordered off of Amazon. I'm not quite sure which kit it was, because I've ordered a lot of polygel. So it's just a glossy, no white top coat. And these stones are a little bit smaller because I am doing my pinky nail now. They're the exact same color, it's just a little bit smaller because I am on that small pinky nail. So that's why you saw me grab a different tray of stones. And I'm just using the rhinestone picker. That guy came from AliExpress. I want to say it was $2.99 for the rhinestone picker upper. Excuse me. It is really late and I'm trying to do this voiceover. But yeah, I am fascinated looking at these nails. Like, they are so pretty. I'm about to try to recreate this set for my birthday. So I'm going to put my top coat on again, and then I'm going to use my flashlight to cure that for a quick 5 seconds just to make sure the stones don't move. Now that I am satisfied, I'm just going to top coat the rest of the nails and put the rest of the stones on off camera on the opposite hand, because I will be doing my dominant hand. Right now I'm working on my non-dominant hand. You always want to make sure you top coat the underside of your nails just to seal them in, because you did foul under it, so that none of your glitters or anything fall out. And I'm going to place those inside my big lamp for 60 seconds, and we're going to come back with the finished product. Voila, ladies, look at those. Aren't they cute? It's like a blue star butterfly dream. Blue and pink. Yes, your girl is loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. All I did was oil my cuticles offline or off set. I hope you guys enjoyed this video tutorial. Y'all give me some ideas for what y'all would like for me to create next. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah!